Hello, everybody, and welcome to Positive Fandom. I am your host, RM, and tonight we have with us Lorena Creole. Lorena, how are you tonight?
I am doing great, doing wonderful, and so excited about this watch party because I have not watched Outlander in quite a while. Loved what I watched, just, you know, time got away from me and I didn't get a chance to catch up, but I'm ready.
Well, Lorena, thank you for joining me for this final season, season 7 of Outlander. It's been such a big international hit with Jamie Fraser as one of the main characters there, although you can't see it behind Lorena and I, the picture of Jamie and his wife, who this story circles around. And of course, it's a story that's filled with, mysticism. They can travel from one time to another. And certainly, this couple has some incredible adventures along the way. And it is amazing. This is the final season of the show. They're going to be doing, yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh
Dang
no.
it.
But they are going to be doing a preview series that talks about Jamie's father. So that's coming up, of course, it's based off of the books by Diana Galbadin. I had the fortunate experience of meeting her at New York City Comic Con in 2022, as well as Sam
Oh,
Heughan, who is the main
wow.
star. Yeah, and he looks exactly the way he does in the show. He looks incredible. It was such an incredible time. He did. I got a chance to get his autograph, and later that night, I got a chance to see him. He had like a show, his own show at 8 p.m. at night. And while everybody had left the con, we were there and able to kind of talk to him. He's really, really nice person. So much fun, Lorena, that we had. And then the following day, there was an additional panel, Comic Con panel with Sam Heughan, Diana Galbadin, and all the stars. So it was wonderful to kind of see that event here in New York.
Hmm.
It's so much fun that this show has been. To be honest with you, this show kind of has a sense or a feel to me that Bridgerton has. That fantasy
Hmm.
feel to it. There are sexual situations. It's an adult show, so we get to see there is sex. People are having sexual relations, and it's wonderful. And hello, the hidden. How are you tonight? Hope you are well. Says hello, positive fandom. Thanks for stopping by tonight, guys. This is one of my favorite shows. Lorena, and you and I've talked about this show. It's gotten so much press and coverage, a huge international hit, filmed in pretty much in Europe and in the United States. The last season was heavily based here in the U.S. as the
Hmm.
family finds themselves in the South trying to make a way for themselves and figure out what their next step is going forward. So this final season, season 7, oh my gosh, it's I can't even think about this. Will be kind of heartbreaking knowing that these are the final episodes. So the first few episodes are going to be this year in 2023, and then the next episodes for season 7 will be in 2024. They decided to kind of split it up to build
Hmm.
up the tension because my heart is pounding even thinking about this. Um, so I'm so excited. And Lorena, thank you for joining me for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
So appreciate it, guys. This is our live watch party for Outlander season 7. Everybody, you can watch the episodes on Stars, the Stars channel. So you do need a subscription to that to watch it. Um, and I was going to say, watch along with us. I will put a timer at the bottom. Uh, Voila. Uh, and yeah, it took me, you don't know how long it took me to do this. So, so I have a timer, a countdown timer where we're going to start at, pretty much at the beginning. Oh, and Heath's Geekverse is here. Hi, Heath. How are you? Says, good evening, ladies. Well, good
Ooh.
to you, Heath. I hope you're well, guys. Check out Heath's Geekverse and his YouTube channel for everything under the sun about the Geekverse and so much more. Um, Thank you for stopping by, Heath. All right, Lorena. So let's get on with the show. I can't believe we're watching Outlander. I'm so
I
excited.
am so excited.
All right. So let's go ahead and press play. 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. Do you have a promo?
Yes, it says
Okay.
it's like stars or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. TV mature adult content.
I think we're mature adults sometimes.
As far as original, there's a recap. Do you see a recap?
Let's see. I have got so many previews here.
Okay. I won't start it until you're up to the point where I'm at. There's a
Probably because I
recap.
just subscribed. So, okay, yeah, reminding me I need to watch The Serpent Queen. I do. I do. You gotta love the darn Medicis. That was a gangster ass family.
Agreed. Agreed. It was wonderful.
Okay, let's
So
see.
Lorena, I'm stopping it at 108 because I know that you're doing you have previews, right?
Um, I
What are
think
you seeing right now?
so. Yeah, I'm seeing the previews.
Okay, let me know when you're up to 108 and I'll restart mine, okay?
Okay.
So great. I love it.
I just love just the costume recreations of that time period, especially if you've ever been to historical places, especially like Valley Forge,
Mhm.
even like St. Augustine, and they'll have the historical reenactors, and you walk in, and it looks like time hasn't passed since like 1740 or something like that.
Absolutely. I was also going to say Colonial Williamsburg is another one that I like.
That's
Uh,
another one too, in Jamestown.
yes,
Okay, I
yes.
am at 108.
Okay, I'm pressing mine to play. Let's do it. All right. So we see her walking, someone walking towards us.
Yeah, uh-oh. She's
Oh
about
my
to meet the
God.
hangman's noose.
Oh
What
my
happened
God.
here?
She's being hung.
Folks, this is when executions were a public event.
Oh my God, Lorena.
Somebody looks all too happy.
The guy's smiling because he's happy she's being hung. They can't hang her. This is too much.
No way. A life well
What?
lost.
What? Is this actually happening?
Okay.
This feels very Last of the Mohicans, doesn't it?
Oh, that was a good movie, Last of Mohicans.
This is his nephew, and his nephew kind of grew up with the Oneida Nation natives, and he practices. He keeps himself at like an Oneida
Hmm.
native. So you notice that he dresses differently from everybody else. He keeps his hair in a mohawk and everything.
It's interesting how common that was. You don't get the impression from a lot of films, or we'll say from people who recount history, but more often than not, the colonial population lived in peace with the native populations. I've seen, I forget where it was. I was like in what the heck was the state? Connecticut somewhere. So I went to visit Montvale, Connecticut, where one of my ancestors was from, and the whole thing is like they had, a native population that was there. They interacted, traded with them, frequently. Yeah, Stars is good. I just haven't had it because I was busy with Paramount Plus and what's that other one? Paramount Plus and Peacock. But it was more of just there wasn't. I'd watched enough and I kind of like tapped out, but it was always good stuff on there.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, what will happen?
Right.
Is she going to make it? Lorena, this is killing me.
No, that was not what I was expected to see. Ronald D. Moore, as in Ronald D. Moore from Next Gen?
I'm assuming yes.
Okay, okay. It's interesting when you see certain names and you're like, "Oh, I know they did such and such and so and so."
Well, okay, she's alive right now. Is this a flashback? This is killing me. I can't.
Is this the 18th century equivalent of a women's prison?
Yes, yeah, this is
You now have my attention.
yeah, prisoner of cell block H 18th century version.
Okay, they got props for that. You have to pay for no 3 hots and a cots for free here. Wow,
Awful. One basin for the whole day to wash. It's horrible.
that's nasty.
It's just like today. You have
Prior
to go clean.
priorities.
Mhm. Get that drink. I'll just screw the meal. The hidden. This is not the one that depicts the Viking era. This is not that one. Sorry, it's a different Outlander series. So there is one that does depict the Viking era. This doesn't. This isn't that one. Why are the justices in hiding?
Now I needed to caught up. Where exactly are they are they in colonial America?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's right on the
Um,
brink of the Revolutionary War breaking out.
okay. Okay. So that makes sense because during this period of time, you can have, British soldiers garrison on your property. They could confiscate your property. As for the justices in hiding, for some of them who were loyal, to some of them who were loyalists, and probably some of them, they're just like, "Look, you see what the British are doing. They're impressing us." And they're just like, "Look, we have to uphold the law." Or some of them who are fugitives because they know that they have no love uh, for the British crown. So this was a very tempestuous time in history, folks.
Right. Now this is Jamie's and Claire's daughter, this young woman and her husband, and they are actually from the 20th century. So although they're in colonial clothing, they are
Mhm.
from the 1960s. I know
I'm
it's
just
kind of crazy.
wondering where this is shot because it looks like Massachusetts.
I was gonna say if not Massachusetts, Georgia, Atlanta, because it seems like there's so much being maybe not Atlanta, but Georgia. It seems like there's so much being shot in Georgia these days. But
Hmm.
let's
I
find out.
need to look because it could be.
Let's see. Seasons get.
It's flat enough with the tall pines
Mm-hmm.
that it kind of looks like it. The majority of season 7 was shot in Scotland.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Great. Okay. Granted, it's kind of near the same parallel, but crazy how much I looked and I'm like, that looks like Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have His Majesty's Army.
Yes. And it says the Revolutionary War is here and the Frasers are on the move.
Okay, yeah, this is when I say tempestuous, if your family had loyalists in it and some of them were patriots, yeah, it was a problem.
Mhm. And it says there's a compelling backdrop to play against as the Frasers and their kin are now on the doorstep of the Revolutionary War in 1776. And for those who were sucked into the series for its time travel weirdness, there's also a return to across time storytelling that was such a satisfying hallmark of the first few seasons. So that's all I'm going to say about it. In the
Okay, so
show,
this
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
oh, no, 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 no. Like the history and like family history nerd me is like freaking out for uh for some of these places. This war was extremely interesting, and it was actually a proxy war. I'm gonna call that. It was actually a world war. You don't really hear about that, but it's pretty much what it was.
And the Hidden wants to know of the Outlander series, the two are related. They're not related. The Hidden, this is a time traveling romance between two people who live in two different times. So it is not related. It is pure fantasy, very much like Bridgerton. Except this one maybe focuses a little bit more on the historical stuff, but it's not the main focus. This is a love story, guys. This is a love story. And
Yes, the history is like a backdrop for what's going on.
And we have Denise Gamer who says, Hail Autumn and Lorena.
Howdy, nice gamer.
Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. And this gentleman is the daughter's husband, and it turns out that they found other people who can travel through time, and that gentleman he's talking to is one of them.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Oh my gosh. Now, Claire is a doctor, so I'm wondering how this is going to, play into this part. The last season, when she tried to help people medicinally, it's been backfiring on her. A lot of people are very accusational. In fact, that's why she's in prison now, is because of her medicinal abilities. Oh, I wonder if they're going to ask her to help.
really?
For what? Where are they taking her? Is it to the battlefield? Because
I
I have
don't
a feeling
know.
they might, if they know she's a doctor, although I don't know. I'm hoping that that gets her out of there. She just has to get out of that prison. And Jamie is trying to find where they took her. He could not stop them from taking her and accusing her of murder. It's, oh my goodness gracious.
Wow, I got so much to catch up on.
And the hidden, I don't know if it's like the theater movie Outlander 2008. Um, I don't know. I'll have to find out the hidden. Yeah, dignity. I knew it. I knew it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get excited. So they need her on the battle lines to treat soldiers.
Yeah, because if you know what the remedy was, if you got like a limb shot off, guess what? They're sawing that sucker off.
Mhm.
I can't say I believe her.
She knows a lot. She hasn't stopped chatting like since
Hmm.
they got in there.
Have you figured out that for the right price, I may give you the information you need? Heifer,
Duty,
please.
duty to the crown. Okay. I have no idea where Fort Johnston is, but this is one of those Revolutionary War battles, Lorena. Ugh.
They just had like these forts that would pop up.
And the hidden, yeah, I'm going to check out Outlander 2008.
Mhm. And with this being the beginning of the war, the Patriots really weren't doing so good.
Yes.
Ooh, and midwives were in huge demand for like for births and everything.
Hmm. Oh, she's on a ship now. She's at sea. Mm.
Marooned on, yeah, because yeah, we're just checks and they had a lot of folks who take over their stuff.
Probably because she's on that ship.
Well, what are you thinking?
Oh boy.
No CVS, folks.
What is she drinking?
That's what I want to know. What? Bloodletting. Am I what? She was trying to do a C-section?
It was successful, I believe,
Oh, okay.
but it was perceived as being barbaric.
Yeah, because that wasn't, how to put it, wasn't a common practice.
It will. She's right. It must be so uncomfortable on that boat. I'm sorry, but I just don't think she's comfortable on there.
Especially at this point, this period in time. There's not a whole lot of creature comforts and a lot of superstition in a way because people were not generally educated the way that they are today. It's like, okay.
Sounds like she won her over, huh?
Mhm.
I'd keep her there. I wouldn't want that lady to leave. I'd be like, you have to stay with
Mm-mm.
me.
That's like having a personal nurse with you.
I don't know if I could go back to that time period and live. I don't know.
It's one I just like to visit, but no,
Mhm.
not live there. Okay.
He should definitely sail north. Oh my gosh, where could they end up?
Patriotic. Don't you mean service to the, well, I guess service to the crown, yes, equals patriotic.
He's expecting her to stay there.
Hmm.
Now she'll never
Because
go
they
back.
have enough social ranking to say, "Hey, we keep you here."
Unbelievable.
Yeah, ladies of the evening are privy to a lot of information.
Hmm. He recognizes that horse. That's right. He just badmouthed her husband to a major player. That wasn't cool.
Wow. No. But another, aggravating thing about this time period, because it's when the Revolutionary War popped off, um, they were basically trying to make sure, are you loyal to the crown? You need to pledge your loyalty to the crown. Mm.
This is tough.
Is that Latin?
Yes. I don't know
Okay.
what it means, but maybe
Yeah,
we
it's like I don't know I don't know what it means, but I know Latin when I say it.
all right, let me look it up. I bet you it means I'm being kept prisoner or something like that. Veer, that means look. I don't know. Muse. My husband. Hmm.
Oh.
Maybe she wants him, the man, to tell her husband where she is.
Mhm. Very common for newborns to not survive, or for very few, especially with suspected like childhood diseases and everything. It's so sad sometimes if you go into some of these old cemeteries and like you'll see like one. I remember this one lady was buried with her, like with her baby. They both died within I think like 3 days of each other. It was sad.
It's so terrible.
Be thankful for indoor plumbing and sewers and vaccines.
Hmm.
But to these but to this time period, it would seem like witchcraft.
Yes. That got his attention.
Mhm. Yeah, right.
Wow, that is so lucky. That's
On the
this.
list of things that she wrote, and then she wrote that particularly in Latin. So, unless you knew it, you would not understand what that was.
And we didn't know it.
Yeah, I didn't. We're just like, "It's Latin, right?" Although if you're used to horror movies, you see anything written in Latin, you do not recite it. Everybody's like, "Oh
How about that? There's her husband. Rolling on in, but they don't know. They don't know it's her husband.
my god."
And hello to Tom.
Indian agent, that's important because they did a lot of trading with the Indians.
Hmm.
So,
Hey, Tom Jr. Jackson, good to see you. And also, hello to
you
Anonymous.
hello.
Says, hope you're doing great. Have a great time and see you soon when I can. Until then, oh yeah, that's agreeing. They're not. They know each other. This is not permitted.
Mhm. Ooh, so North Carolina.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let me just say, North Carolina had a lot of rebels in it. As a matter of fact, at the end of the Revolutionary War, because the new government, didn't have a lot of money. A lot of people who fought or supported the Revolutionary War got land grants in North Carolina.
Right. And you and I have been talking about that other series that you and I both love, Turn, that took place here on Long Island. It's like somewhere on Long Island, like before Long Island was Long Island, it was heavily populated by loyalists. And, there were these undercover um, agents that are featured in the show Turn.
Mhm. It's a very interesting time. My 5th great grandfather, he got land in North Carolina because he made swords for the Continental Army.
Absolutely, Lorena. And guys, tonight I will be doing a PGS Treks on the Network at 10 p.m. tonight. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow I'll be doing a live watch party with Heat Skeets versus Cultist season 2. So the only way he's going to let his wife go is if Jamie becomes a loyalist. In fact, they were just talking about him, right?
Mhm. Yes, they were.
He's going to become a loyalist. He has to do it. Wow. They hooked him.
Mhm.
But I'd ask for a letter of showing that she is not guilty. You know,
Yeah, it's like,
pardon,
write that
pardon.
crap down.
Mhm.
But, yeah, this was a tough period of time where it's just like you needed to declare what you were. If you were somewhere that was heavily dominated by patriots, it was not favorable if you were a loyalist. As a matter of fact, that's why some of them went back to they either went back to England or they went to one of the British colonies in the Caribbean. And this time period, they even went to Florida, especially the ones who were in Georgia. That's where they left. They left and went to Florida because it was under British control at the time.
Absolutely, Lorraine. Yeah. That is her husband, by the way, who's asking her this.
See, he's got the Book of Common Prayer.
Oh my goodness.
No, it isn't.
It's interesting that they chose to do time travel in the series, but they purposefully chose a time. This couple, they're from the 1960s. So they don't know anything about technology like our modern time. And I
Mhm.
think I can understand them being able to do it, but for our time to go back to that time, it just seems impossible.
Especially how interconnected we are, instant access to information, the ability to travel so quickly. Yeah, I totally get it.
When they find out he's going to become a loyalist, it's going to shock everybody. With what? What does he need help with? I love that building. I don't know where it is, but it looks fantastic.
This is like I can't but it's hard for me to believe that this is Scotland, and it's probably because of the architecture. I look at it and I'm just like, it looks like colonial
Well,
Philadelphia or Massachusetts.
some of it might be, maybe most of it was in Scotland, but maybe some parts were filmed in the States too, I
Hmm,
think.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. My family. Yes. Ooh, the protection of his body. I love it.
Yeah, I like that one. They added that in there. Just
Yeah. So Jamie's going to go and become a loyalist, and this other man is going to maybe stay with her to make sure she's
mhm.
okay. I'm not sure if that's what's happening, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Do not ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
You can hear the music and just it's like very nostalgic, you know.
Mhm.
I just love it. She's going to be upset to find out it's not her husband. She's going to
Mhm.
be upset because remember that man hasn't been very, I don't think he's been like 100% nice to her, but let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Wait, what? Why?
Why? So she doesn't have to go to prison. He did. Yes. Yes.
Oh, dang.
Oh, interesting. There's more to this story.
A
Hmm.
little too much.
Oh no. How did you know?
Um, I didn't. It was a wild guess. If you're gonna write this like a soap opera, you know you gotta go there.
Well, this explains why he was so strict with the girl because he was afraid that she was going to like seduce every guy in the village.
Because that was a big thing. If you were not, there's the proper, women of the village, and this was before DNA testing. So you find out, your wife is knocked up with someone else's kid, let alone your brother.
He couldn't tell her this in the beginning. This would have been that this would be scandalous to say that back then.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, he she did. She infected them. She inoculated them with bad germs. Wow. This is great. This is like a good like horror film or something, you know? We take care of our own. And
Hmm.
he's one of those guys. We take care of our own. We'll handle it.
Really.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! After the way he treated her, he's actually in love with her. Oh my god! So he's willing. I can't. I can't.
Well, I did not see this.
No, I didn't either.
What?
Oh. Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Nuts. Dang.
Wow. And this is why the show is so damn popular.
I'm telling you, I'm mad for how much I missed because I binged. I think the first 2 seasons
Yeah.
when I first saw it. I was like, "What? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Last episode?"
Wow. But her husband now is becoming a loyalist, right? I mean, he said he was going to do it, right? Or is he
Hmm.
not going to do it? What's happening there?
But he's gonna have to do it. He said, I guess they want him to raise a small army.
She's not going to be happy to hear that. She knows the outcome of the war. I don't think she told him, this is a controversy of, should she tell him what happens?
Hmm. Like who, was gonna wind up winning.
Hey, Linda, how did you like it, Linda? Let us know.
Oh,
Mm. Mm. And Linda, you said you enjoyed it. It's been years since you've read the books. So glad that you enjoyed this episode. It's remarkable, isn't it?
oh wow. Dang. See, this is why we love this show.
Yes.
Dialogue like this.
Oh my gosh. I'd feel weird that someone would confess to something. You know what I mean? Like I would feel weird. I wouldn't want that
It's
to happen.
like, yes. Oh,
And then the fact that he confessed that he loves her, that also got me because of how he has treated her in the past, which has been questionable. He was very, very, skeptical of her. There are things I've forgotten and things I do remember, like Tom Christie and his
mm,
love confession. Yeah, Linda, I didn't even know, Lorraine and I didn't even know that was going to happen. What a startling revelation. Whew, what a confession.
not something I was expecting at all.
Mhm. And now he has to go off. And I guess, as you said, Lorena,
Gotta raise that militia. It's gonna be tough going.
how is he going to be interpreted as being a loyalist now when he was not one really? And he said in the last season that he's already paid his debt to the crown. He's done everything. He fought fought local battles and everything, and that he's done, and now he's back in. It's absolutely, Linda. There are more twisty things to come. And Thanos Heisenberg says, I had no idea premiere tonight. Thanks for the head up. Well, thank you, Thanos Heisenberg. Now, what's this about? Who's this?
Hmm. I don't know. He got stuff to drink.
This this might be one of the loyalists that he's had fights with in the past while he was in Scotland, and now this loyalist here is in let's say the colonies, and
Hmm.
Fraser has to work with him. The guy's a dick. Excuse me, you know what I mean. Oh my god, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
You feel lucky? Or do you?
Agreed, Linda. You can never trust the Browns. Ooh.
Sure about that? Sure about that?
Yeah, yeah. It could go down right now, bro.
But I will kill you. Y'all gonna leave it right there?
What?
Oh, dang. Not even gonna give us a gunshot.
Now, Linda, don't go spoiling it for Lorraine and I know you've read the book, so you know what happens. But goodness gracious, what a great episode, Lorraine.
Oh, wow. Reminds me yet again why. Oh my God, why I love this show.
Absolutely. And I do want to say hello to Tom Jr. Jackson, moderator, collaborator, and great friend here, who has been posting links saying to join tomorrow on the Red Network for Heath's Geek Verse, the Cultist Live Watch Party, but also to subscribe to Lorena Creole's channel, guys. Lorena is here with me. We're doing this fantastic
You.
watch party of Outlander, and we have been stunned by what's happened tonight because of all the things that have happened. It started off where it looked like, you know, she was going to be hanged, and then the next thing you know, and then I thought we were getting a prisoner of cell block H kind of season. uh,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, she's on the ship attending to this woman who's a very, very important lady, only to find out that her husband has now found out where she is. Things have quite escalated very quickly. Lorena, the tension, the acting, the sense of romance in it. Wow, what a fantastic episode. And they left us with a cliffhanger. We don't know what happens, and I'm guessing maybe someone doesn't walk out of that room. But Lorena, what a lot of action for just one episode. What did you think so far for season 7?
Oh my God. I haven't seen several seasons of it, but the feel of it, the writing of it, the intrigue of it, the romance of it, it's like ratcheted, up. I I love it. They came out the gate swinging with this. So I cannot wait to go back and finally try to get caught up. But everything that I love about this series is in this. So I'm just mad they left us hanging.
I know. And Linda says there's a reason I've been a fan of the book since the first book came out. Yes, Diana Galvin has done such a great job with these books, hasn't she, Linda? And Tom Jr. Jackson for the $2 super sticker, super chat. Thank you. Just a little something to say hi. Well, we are all good people. Tom Jr. Jackson, burning the midnight oil, doing multiple streams at once. Tom, I don't know how you're doing it, but Tom, Lorraine and I are just pleased as punch that this amazing series, Outlander season 7, which is the last season, is back. I think they're doing such a great job, Lorena, of building up these stories, and the intrigue that they're facing is just remarkable. Certainly, we don't know what's going to happen. Yes, Linda, I didn't watch that preview, but there is a preview after the credits. I kind of shut it off rather quickly. But yes, Linda, there is a preview certainly for the next episode. We're watching it on Stars. Lorena, you've been kind enough to join me through all of this. And Tom G. Jackson, thanks again for the $2 super chat. So appreciate the support as always. Something, Lorena, you mentioned how amazing the series looks, and the poster, which is the one that's kind of behind us for
Mhm.
Outlander season 7, and you and I were talking about how it's smack right at the beginning of this Revolutionary War, and certainly England thinks it's going to win this. Um,
Yes.
what do you think about the fact that Claire knows the outcome of this war? Certainly, it might be hard to even tell somebody of that time that the colonists are going to win. It might seem absolutely crazy to say something like that. What do you think?
It would be absolutely nuts. I don't think hardly there may have been some people who might sort of believe her, but it's like you have to remember about this time period. Great Britain had the most powerful army on the planet. They had just basically whipped the ass of the Spanish, okay, in the French and Indian War. As we know it. In Europe, it's known as the 7 Years' War, but here it's known as the French and the Indian War. You had people who were just like, what do you mean rebel against the crown? Are you crazy? That's treason. Why the heck would we do that? You mean to tell me you want to fight the most powerful military on the planet? This group of like farmers and teachers and you know, general colonists are actually going to defeat, you know, the British army. They're just like, you've got to be kidding me. No one knew that eventually, the French would come. Well, eventually they had to look because it's kind of like, why do we want to get into this? Okay, yeah, we can't stand England. So guess what? We're going to come out and declare and support. And the Spaniards are kind of like, we got to kind of get our war chest back up. But clandestine wise, we'll kind of help you with some stuff from, Spanish Louisiana, and we'll do that. But no one thought that that was going to happen. That's like, the little leaguers playing like major league baseball players. It just would not be believable. They would honestly think that she was straight up nuts.
Yeah, and of course, we see plenty of shows where people say, "Are you crazy? Do you realize that there are British soldiers out there?" And we're like, "No, we want it." And it's like, but at that time, it's very controversial. I did bring up the series Turn, and Linda
Mhm.
said, looking back at history, no one ever thought the Americans would win. That's for sure.
No, they sure as heck didn't. The only slight edge that they had was just that you had officers and military who used to be in the British military that that declared themselves as patriots. George Washington being, the most famous, but he was an officer in the British Army. No one thought that. We were a bunch of, yeah, this sounds bad, but it's true. We were a bunch of colonial hicks.
Hmm.
All we did here was just grow stuff. We, talk about banana republic. We were like a maple republic here. No one thought that.
No, no one thought that. And it is very interesting because, you know, right now we happen to have this couple, Jamie and of course Claire, who are a little different from every other couple. They know a little bit more, but it doesn't stop the suspense. Even having the knowledge, Lorena, of what's going to happen in the future doesn't stop the threat, this constant threat of their freedom, of their beliefs,
Mhm.
of what they can and cannot do. Jamie being sought out because they know he's a great soldier, a great fighter. The crown wants him to fight on their side. And this would be an excellent opportunity to be the person who's managed to sway Red Jamie over to the crown to fight against the colonists, of which Jamie clearly is a colonist now. He's a rebel. He doesn't want to deal with fighting against, or any kind of thing. So this is very
Mm-hmm.
interesting that he finds himself in this situation, even after that man confessed his love. Wow, the love confession. Linda talks about this as well. She'd forgotten that Tom Christie and his love confession. Tom Christie was so mean to poor Claire, not realizing that what he was dealing with and the people he was dealing with, you just never know what someone is going through with their family. And for him to finally confess to Claire that he's in love with her, I was flabbergasted by this. Linda had said she forgot about it, but it was still quite dramatic, wasn't it, Linda? It was very dramatic. And Lorraine, talking about a love confession and going to your death, it was, I don't think I've ever seen anything so dramatic. It was terribly romantic. It's just, it's going to be unrequited love, but I mean, my goodness, talking about, just confessing everything before you're about to give up your life for someone else. Wow, it was just so unbelievable, Lorena, to hear those words coming from his mouth and then to say he confessed to a murder. I can't even believe what I'm saying. That stuff doesn't happen today, let alone during then. What were your thoughts when you saw this, Lorena?
Man, without even seeing the episodes that I missed, I completely believe that. I mean, just first of all, the way that it was drawn out. So even if you knew and you read the books, the way that they made you wait when he goes into this long diatribe and the way that he's telling this story and the expression on his face while he's telling her, all of this, I was just like, wow, you're going to take the murder rap? I mean, you're first of all, it's just like, okay, you were going to let her take the fall for that. Now you're saying that not only are you going to confess to this, but I already knew you were probably going to tear it up. So I already sent an extra copy to the newspaper. It's like, oh my God, he's really all in, on this thing. And when he explains why he's doing, what he's doing, I didn't expect that, but I love the way that they crafted how that came out.
Yeah, I agree. It was just unbelievable what they've done. And I kind of pulled up a picture of Jamie here. I'm not even quite sure. Did I pull it up? It didn't work. Oh, maybe it's at the bottom. Okay. I can't do it in this. This is what I will do. I will do this. And then maybe I'll be able to do it now. But I had it in a different format because I'm like, how come I'm not seeing it? I just wanted to show just one picture before we stop the stream. But it looks like he might be wearing this uniform. I don't even know if this is the right uniform. This might be the one for the militia that he.
Yes, that is loyalist. The
Is.
loyalists, including the tricorn hat, excuse me, even including the Ferrolin tricorn, the tricorn hat. That is definitely a loyalist. The rebels, well, call them rebels, patriots. We really did not have a uniform standard until much later. But yes, this is straight up, dude's a loyalist.
Yeah, and it looks like this is what Jamie's going to be putting on, or may have to put on coming up as
He's
things
got
have
a
changed.
target on his back.
Yeah, and you can tell he's not a loyalist. Here, Linda says, "I think I remember who the murderer actually is, but I won't say it," and that is
Thank
very interesting.
you.
Linda, thank you so much for not spoiling it for us, but it is great to have you here. Just kind of looking at some of the pictures of some of the past seasons, finding him in that particular. And of course, this particular show is known for the romance between Claire and between Jamie. Here, you can see them in a more intimate moment together. We know we're going to be getting more of those intimate moments once we kind of saw them there together. And this is why we watch it. It is a romance based on Diana Gabaldon's books. which have been incredibly popular, international bestsellers, certainly wonderful television adaptations of the series. It's not anything you could put in a movie. There's way too much going on in this series. But Lorena, I do want to thank you so much for joining me for episode 1, which has been like wow, like it was really something crazy. And guys, please do like and subscribe to this channel.
Yes, please do.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with the algorithms and the channels, and it's very odd what's been going on recently, especially. And I do want to ask that you guys also subscribe to Lorena's YouTube channel as well. Here it is below. Also, guys, just to remind you that right after this episode, I'm going to be doing around 10 o'clock on the network. Hopefully, Robert will be done by then. I'm going to be doing PGS Treks. With Julian Mushkin, and we're going to be talking about Star Trek and all that good stuff. Don't forget, guys, that Lorena and I will be doing our Ladies of the PGS on Monday nights on the network as well at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, also I will be doing my Sunday brunch show on Sunday with Russ Whitfield at 10:30 a.m. right here on Positive Fandom. The other thing I was going to say is Tom Jr. Jackson has his YouTube channel. So, guys, make sure you check out Tom Jr. Jackson. I'm going to show it one more time. I'm going to cover up your face over here. But he's going to be interviewing Maria Espino, the CEO and president of The Last Prophecy Gaming, the director of the Star Wars fan film, The Chosen One. So make sure you like and subscribe to Tom Jr. Jackson's YouTube channel. Now, Lorena, I've got to tell you, there's been a lot of excitement about this season. What's interesting is that they decided for season 7, half of it's going to be in 2023. The other half is going to be in 2024. And the other interesting thing is that they're doing a preview series. The father of Jamie and his experience that Diana Gabaldon, I'm assuming, wrote a book about. And they're going to be doing a preview series of his story. It's going to be like the Frasers, So, wow. Yeah, I can't wait for all of this. This romance between Jamie and Claire has been absolutely phenomenal. That's one of the other stars. These are some of the stars of the show. But it has been just unbelievable, Lorena. Tonight's episode really was quite a surprise to me. Very exciting. Only goodness knows what Jamie and Claire are going to have to go through. We already know that Jamie is going to have a tough time now pushing away people from eyeballing him and getting him to fight as a loyalist. What pressure he must be feeling. And Claire just kind of getting away by the skin of her teeth after that dramatic confession. And now they've left us at a cliffhanger with the Brown, who's honestly threatened Jamie. Lorena, I can't wait for next week.
It's going to be so flippin' awesome. I can't wait. I'm so glad. First of all, I'm so glad you invited me, to this, because I truly love this series. It's great getting back into it.
Yeah, it is an incredible series. It is an adult series. There's going to be sex. There's love. There's all sorts of unbelievable things that happen in Outlander. And of course, as we said, remember, this series is a fantasy, romance, time traveling series. So, Jamie is actually from that time period, but Claire is from I believe it's the 1940s. And the story starts off where Claire is a woman who fought during World War II as a nurse, but she's been separated from her husband for most of the war. And as they get back together, they have difficulty kind of rekindling that love, for her only to find herself transported to Scotland in the 1700s. So it is quite an amazing love story that spans essentially really, centuries, I guess it's the only way to say it, and thousands of miles. Really just amazing love story. And I can't wait to continue enjoying this series going forward. Guys, I hope you enjoyed joining Lorena and I to watch this incredible episode 1 of Outlander season 7. Now, Lorena, where can people find you?
Well, folks, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. And of course, you can find me on YouTube doing various live streams and videos, watch parties with myself and her more often than not. And let's see, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, you can find me live streaming from the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to kick off summer at the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to take some time, just walking around, checking out the sites. I'm going to give you guys some summer travel tips if you're going to be coming to the Disney parks for the summer. And probably going to get some disrespectful desserts from my favorite place, Big Top Souvenirs, because I love, love, love going in there. It's like the circus from Dumbo is right there.
Well, Lorena, I'm so looking forward to that. And guys, remember that Lorena and I also have a show on her channel called Toxic Male Appreciation that airs on Thursdays at 5 p.m. on Lorena's Twitch channel and then re-airs on YouTube on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, guys. So please make sure you
Mm-hmm.
check that out. All the watch parties that Lorena and I are going to be doing. We will be doing a watch party tomorrow. Lorena, right?
Yes, yes, for Star Trek, the motion picture. I'm so excited.
I am excited for that as well. I'm getting my popcorn, my treats ready for that show. So, guys, please do make sure you turn out for that. And Tom Jr. Jackson, we are all good people, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to Tom Jr. Jackson's YouTube channel as well. He's always supportive and just such a wonderful friend. I certainly couldn't have done a lot of this without him. So, guys, thank you so much for showing up for this. And Linda says, I definitely enjoyed joining. Thank you so much, Linda.
Good.
And thank you for being here as well, Linda. So glad that you enjoyed this broadcast. We will be continuing on for the next episode. So please feel free to come back at 8 p.m. on Friday next week, Linda. We're looking forward to seeing you and everybody who turned out tonight. Thank you so much for everything, guys. And remember, no matter where you are in the galaxy, and this seems very appropriate considering that it's a time travel romance show. Always remember, guys, to please be kind. Take care,
Mhm.
everybody.